And we're underway on Toyota Monday Night Football. The Titans will get first use of it, and going back an acrobatic catch, not quite of Nathan Friend proportions there by Josh Hoffman, but a good one all the same to say what could have been an embarrassing beginning. David Mead in the fullback role will play it. His timing there on the play of the ball, and as a result, carry from dummy half through Anthony Don. Here is Nate Miles, who 200 games himself. His last effort against the Roosters a couple of weeks ago, with the Titans coming off the bye here tonight. Petty born, along with Ignatius Parsi, re-signed with the Titans for another 2 seasons. Boost for their forward ranks. And another new player, Nathaniel Petteroo, on debut tonight, having just come across from the Warriors, the third mid-season signing by the Titans, and all 3 of them in action here tonight. George Tafua, the hat-trick hero. Last week against the Sharks at Brookvale. Maddai met there on a good tackle. Parsi, one of them. Miles, the other, making it. Teo gives it off to Jake Travojevic. He'll take it back into Titans territory. Here is Darby Cherry Evans. Boos from what is a light crowd at the moment ring around Seabus Super Stadium. Played there by Simons. Goes back to Foran. Put some pressure here on Anthony Don. Tafua doesn't get there to make a challenge of it. Try and drag him back, though, towards the in-goal area. And then Don made a mistake. The ball just came away from him. And Manly get a great chance to open the scoring.
Well, he'd done the hard work, Anthony Don. Took the ball. Looked like he was down on the ground there. George Tafua just pulling at the arm, and then Ballon and Steve Maddai come in, and somehow that ball has just come free from Anthony Don, and it places his side under enormous pressure so early in the game.
Right, seconds and locks, binding tight. Don't break till you hear out.
A great opportunity for Manly to get going quickly tonight.
Head in. Wait, Ryan. Out.
They win the scrum, and Cherry Evans standing first receiver. Again, some boos from the crowd. Won't worry the number 7 as Simons plays it. Ballon goes across to 4, and numbers out there on the left-hand side, and Lingy Sow in the starting 13 for Jeff Tooby to begin the game. We'll play 3 or 4 metres out from the Titans line. Ballon goes to Willie Mason. Nothing doing there. Lead up in the front line along with Mortimer and also Miles. Ballon again to the short side. Mateo showing it. Got away from Ignatius Parsi. Almost lost the ball. In fact, Mortimer probably thinks he had a chance of coming up with it. 2 more plays right here. Goes from Travojevic. Foran puts a cross kick in. It'll be too deep. Both Tom Travojevic and Jamie Lyon, I think, weren't aware that kick was coming. It was an easy catch.
No one had a clue on the outside that Kieran Foran was about to kick that ball, because Travojevic and Jamie Lyon were deep, ready for a passing movement. And the kick went in, and it was an easy clean-up there for Kevin Gordon. Not a great set from the Eagles, and a kick before they got to their 5th.
Well, a let-off for the Titans, and bring it back here to the halfway line through the man who made the error that had them under pressure. Now Pettibone. For Redmond. Bo Falloon working off the bench tonight, making his comeback to action for the Titans, having missed since round 8 through a wrist injury he suffered at training. One of the new signings, Redmond, has it inside the Manly 20. Play it here for Hoffman. Goes to Mortimer to bomb away once again. Don out there, up against the forward. Don made the catch, wrapped up there by Foran and Matai. The ball comes away. It's picked up by George Tafua, and Manly just summed it up pretty well. Let Don make the catch. Just wrapped him up. And they'll get a penalty as Matai is held down too long here by Mortimer. Again, some easy meters for them.
Well, it's 2 poor kicks, really. One from Manly at the other end of the field from Kieran Foran, with no one on the outside knowing what was happening. And then Daniel Mortimer's kick. We've seen the replay box, the reason for the penalty. Daniel Mortimer just all over Steve Maddai there, and too slow. Mortimer's kick just not deep enough. Needs to be close to the try line when you're that close.
Mason with the carry. Luke Douglas was there looking for a big shot as he came across the halfway line. James Travojevic, speaking of shots, has proven himself to be one of the best defenders in the NRL. Be surprised if he doesn't level somebody. One of those hits here tonight. As Simons, a switch, goes from Cherry Evans across to Stewart. It looked elaborate. Didn't really go anywhere in a hurry as Mateo is going in the right direction at least to take it inside the Titans 30. From Ballon across to Foran. Jake Travojevic once again. Luke Douglas, a little bit of blood flowing from a nick up there, or more than a nick perhaps on the forehead. Here's Foran showing it out the back. Cherry Evans looks inside, comes outside to Jamie Lyon. It's pretty easily wrapped up there by Nane McDonald. Last play here for Manly. Cherry Evans. Weighted cross kick. Matai was coming through. Backwards there off Parsi. Cleaned up by the speedster himself, James Roberts. And the Titans survive once again. Here's Mead heading across the field, threatening to pass. Grabbed there by Lyon, and Mead has lost it. It was Don earlier, now David Mead putting his team under pressure on their own line.
Well, have you ever seen two players in a similar position this close to their try line lose the ball after they've hit the ground? Anthony Don, only a couple of minutes into the game, and then David Mead searching for some space on the outside. He just hit the ground awkwardly and the ball comes loose. Manly's previous set on the Gold Coast line wasn't all that flash.
Bring it together.
They haven't had to wait too long to get another crack. That's the 10-metre line.
Here is Foran, turning it back on the inside. Steve Matai puts it down on play number one. Surgery on it at the end of last season. Different injury a couple of weeks ago against the Warriors. It set out the game against the Roosters at Gosford. And off the bye, he's good to go here tonight. Here's Pettybourne. Slowly back to his feet. Last play for Mortimer to put it in the air. This time going back. Stewart thought he got back to the in-goal area, I'm sure, and it looked as though he was very close. His foot must have been just in the air. The call is play on.
Yeah, just couldn't get that left leg down, that left foot down quick enough. And as the ball arrived in his arms, still had it suspended, and that's why the referees called the play on. Just like a little hop, just hopped into the in goal, and the ball arrived at the wrong time for the Manly side.
Henry Perinara, the referee, was right on top of the situation and got it absolutely right. Centimetres in it, but he was in the field of play when he made contact with the ball, and now a penalty again against the Titans as the Seagulls work it up towards their own 40. 9 gone. No score as yet. Manly are better of the chances.
And there's the strip, the replay box. He didn't do his best to hang on to that one, let it go pretty easily. Player's got his arm around the ball and you let go. Well, sort of suckered the referees into making it. Willie Mason, good strong run.
Picked out his target well there, and Daniel Mortimer, Roberts as well, trying to slow down the play the ball after Mason went the best part of 20 metres. Here's Travojevic standing, giving it to Lingy Sow. Doesn't get through the tackle there of Mortimer. Nate Miles. Ballon from dummy half, though, goes close. Can't have gone much closer. He lost the ball. He's got it back now, though. And then Nate Miles just picks it up and says, well, here it is.
Tackle 3. Let go of the ball, Nate. Say ball. Tackle 3.
What was Nate thinking? Unless he thought the referee had said lost ball. There was a bit of talk, a bit of banter there about whether he had the ball or not.
Can't have had it too securely the way Nate Miles has picked it up like an Easter egg and said, look what I got you, sir. So Sow plays it. Teo goes to forward out the back. Cherry Evans over the top. Travojevic. Tom gets an easy path to the try line. They all jammed in, and it's first points for Manly.
Yeah, not the first time that Cherry Evans has thrown that sort of pass for a Manly try this year. Threw a great long ball back in round 8 against the Melbourne Storm in the wet. very similar. His immediate outside players were marked up on, and he knew that there was space for Trbojevic. Quick hands. Cherry Evans, the pass just went behind him fractionally, and therefore he didn't have the time to hit Jamie Lyon, who was the lead runner. Held it up beautifully for Tom Trbojevic, and what a great young talent he is, Trbojevic. And Manly, well, it's 3 penalties. They've been able to get themselves out of trouble via penalties, and then Nate Miles just plucking the ball out of Matt Ballin's hands. Saw the 3rd penalty go their way, and after having a couple of opportunities, they finally make one count.
Jamie Lyon, who's missed some game time this year with a variety of leg issues, playing game 10 for the Sea Eagles in 2015 here this evening. Up against the sideline. It could be going anywhere, the play, until it opened up for Tom Trbojevic. It just fades away for Lyon, but it stays at 4 points to 0. Downstairs to Kevy.
Yeah, thanks, Woz. Yeah, look, good start there for Manly on the back of some flow of possession, but I'm expecting to see a lot of ball movement tonight from both teams, because this cold snap across Australia has actually dried out the grass. There's no dew down here, so we should see some good ball handling from both teams.
Sounds like you've tumbled in, Kevy. It's one of the great beat-ups of all time, isn't it? The Antarctic vortex.
But he's got a good point about the dew. There's no dew up here.
It's a magnificent playing surface. We had a place at St Andrews this week as the Open. You'll see it live, of course, from 6 p.m. on Fox Sports later this week. Jordan Spieth looking for the 3rd of the 4 legs of the Grand Slam. What a moment it would be if he could win as he won yesterday, today our time. John Deere Classic, which I saw also live on Fox Sports, the home of all the good golf branding. Here's Manly at the halfway line. For it. Goes to Lingy Sow to work it back into Titans territory. They've got one more play here. Some good meters off the back of the Trbojevic try. For it. Just chipping it through the line. Finds some space. And Anthony Don going back there. David Mead. They've both made an error so far. Don can get away without any travails this time around. Kevin Gordon. Doesn't mind scoring a try against the Sea Eagles. Kevin Gordon has a tremendous record. Here's Mead. Just outside the 20. And for McDonald. Was a Rooster, now a Titan. The ball goes to ground. Jake Trbojevic got a hand to it. We'll see if it's play on for the Titans. Yes, it is. Not knocked on by them, but touched. Knocked on by Trbojevic. This will be the 0. That was the 0 tackle. This will be tackle number 1. So a bonus set here for the Gold Coast. Goes to Miles. Back up towards the halfway line. For Redmond. Mortimer back on the inside. Douglas. Mead links up there with Hoffman. Good tackle by his opposite number 4. Redmond goes quickly to Mortimer. A retreating Manly defensive line. Parsi cut down. 15 out from the Seagulls line. A quick play the ball. Mortimer long comes to James. Got McDonald on his outside. He'll take the tackle though and play it there. 10 away. Here's the last. Goes to Mortimer. Back in behind them. Some pressure on Tom Trbojevic, who did very well. The Gold Coast earned themselves another set of 6.
Yeah, 6 to go call certainly helped them, and they need a bit of good fortune, the Gold Coast Titans. Possession heavily Manly's way. Good tackle out in this right side by Jamie Lyon and Daly Cherry Evans on Ryan James. Well, for the back end of that set, the Titans really had the Eagles on the back foot. And the tackle that needed to be made was made around the legs by Cherry Evans. Jamie Lyon closed things down over the top.
Let's go, guys! Where's the ball? Have we got a ball?
Can't find the footy.
Let's go, Daly!
Things will change next year with the shot clock, which is coming in for things like dropouts and scrums. Of course, with the number 7, the ball in his hands, the boos ring out around Seabus Super Stadium once again. A bad goal line dropout by DCE and Douglas to bring it back to get this set underway. Seagulls by 4 with 16 gone as Miles play it here midfield about 25 away. Redmond goes to Pettybourne. Picks up some extra metres after contact there on the tackle of Ballon and also Mason, and they hang on too long. Matt Ballon just trying to slow things down. They couldn't get Pettybourne on his back. Well, they tap it quickly, and it's Nate Miles to get things underway. And another one. The hand in the play to the ball there with Willie Mason.
Right there.
Well, they decided not to go for the 2 last time. Let's hope they continue with that.
They bring it back to 10. They can bring it back as far as they wanted in that situation. Parsi it is who took the first carry. Comes to Pettybourne. He'll show out the back, and then he runs towards Ballon and also Tom Simons. Redmond pointing, barking orders from dummy half. Here he is linking with Mortimer. Taylor got to him, but not before he gave it to Roberts, who can be dangerous in any situation. Some remarkable plays and tries already this season. James going towards the line. Couple of metres out. They've used up 4. Redmond again. Gives it to Miles, and now a short ball there for Pettybourne. Stopped down by Travojevic and also Mateo. They've got one more. It's Mortimer coming back to the left-hand side. Hoffman rubbering off the legs there of Ballon. Still the last, not played at by Ballon, they say. It goes to McDonald. Steps away from Lyon. Comes back to Mortimer. A chance. Redmond. Douglas. He tries to put a kick in, then knocks it on.
Hand over here.
Change over.
Well, look, when they went back on the inside, they were starting to create something there, the Gold Coast Titans.
Oh, right there.
And Luke Douglas, once he got some hands on him, Willie Mason, he thought, I better get rid of this and try and kick the ball. And that's what happens. You get a front rower under that sort of pressure. 3 or 4 sets there, the Gold Coast Titans, without Manly touching the ball. And the Eagles were able to hold on.
Strip, mate, strip.
All over it.
Another penalty for Manly as they work it away from their own end. And they've had some chances. 10 tackles already the other end of the field for 1 try. Most of the time they're under pressure there in the goal line dropout set and the set before it.
Come on, Dad.
They've held on well defensively. Up against the team ranked 16th in defence, and the Titans here tonight. Manly, conversely, or coincidentally, ranked 16th in attack here this evening as Mateo does something about it here. A ball over the top, it looks forward and called as such by Henry Perinara.
Well, he's threatened to get through that Gold Coast defence, Fletty Mateo, just through his size and his footwork. He was able to dummy his way through and stepped on the inside of Nate Miles. Got that right arm cocked for the sideways throw of the ball, really, and just pushed it forward.
All right, seconds and locks, bind in tight. Don't break till you're out.
Another example of Manly giving up possession pretty early in a tackle count.
Arms right around.
Hold here. Hold.
Ouch. Yours.
Let off again for the Titans as Anthony Don gets monstered here by Lingy Sow and Tom Simons. McDonald just work it away from dummy half. Way through this opening half. Just the 1 try in it so far as Ed Pettybourne again. Carry there and pushing around, trying to get back to his feet to play it quickly. Douglas tipping it on. Comes out to Ryan James, who'll play it. Redmond goes down the short side. Hoffman trying to catch out Jamie Lyon, but he wasn't falling for a dummy. A quick play the ball again. Give them a chance here. Mortimer on the front foot. Puts it high in the air. Tafua standing underneath it is hit as he caught it there by Ignatius Parsi. For a moment he might have been hurt in the tackle, George, but that was a strong take under some real pressure there from Parsi.
Yeah, he's had his moments, George Tafua, under the high ball, but did well there, and even did well to control the football when he hit the ground, because Parsi went straight over the top of him, really put some pressure on losing that ball.
He's a man inspired defensively at the moment. Parsi was in the previous play as well, so that new 2-year contract in his back pocket. He'll repay the club with a big performance here tonight. Cherry Evans kicking from inside his 30. Does well. It bounces a couple of times in the middle of the field. They were very deep there. David Mead, who brings it back at speed. He was rattled by Foran and also Ballard. Change for Neil Henry. Lachlan Burr is out there now, the former Bulldog, 16 for the Gold Coast. Some big meters here in the opening plays of this set of 6, and they've taken some big meters from Manly a few times now in sets as they pour down the field. Here's Redmond. Mortimer keeps it alive. It goes to Burr out the back for Pettyborn. Keep it going. They've got one more. Mortimer at first receiver on the right-hand side, comes back towards the middle again, and Mason coming out, put enough pressure on him to force a mistake from the halfback.
No advantage to the Sea Eagles.
All right. Right, here we are. Here's 10 on the line. Keep coming.
Well, he's threatened a couple of times, Dan Mortimer, back on the inside, but Willie Mason was just close enough to hang out an arm and force the error. Jeff Tuvey wouldn't be feeling completely comfortable, and you mentioned it through that set that it's not the first time they've really had the Eagles on the back foot. Been able to roll up the field.
Doing that for Manly in his first carry, Luke Burgess. Now James Travojevic showing it to Josh Starley, who is also out there now. So some size in that middle third of the field. The Sea Eagles. Foran puts it up. Anthony Long floating back. Some legal blocking there from James Roberts, who is just floating back in the direction of the ball. And now David Mead again. A couple of good runs in the last few sets from his own end. A kick return, that one from dummy half. Here's Mortimer. Somebody chiming in there. Gordon tries to do that now on the next carry. Lingy Sow it is. He's getting a breather for Jeff Tuvey at the moment. James Roberts, it's all the back line working it away from trouble here for the Titans. Safety first set of 6, and they've got it back to the halfway line. They've been doing the kicking from dummy half. Former Knight finds the turf and will sit up this lush surface, and then going back a rather lackadaisical effort there from George Tafua. He brings it back to play it here just inside his own 10, and that was a good effort. 100 metres on the set of 6 by the Titans. They've got Manly under a bit of pressure.
George made it a little bit harder than it should have been. He looks worn out over there. Jeff Tuvey looking on. A chance, and he's just sending some notes downstairs. Pass onto the field, the players, and what he wants.
Be surprised if it's to do with energy. Lacking something defensively, and certainly to begin that set of 6. They've got something going now, though. Simons, Lyon gives it. Horro's out there. Mead comes up, forces a mistake. Horro regathers it. 6 more tackles. He'll play it for Ballon. They're going nowhere, but they came to the right edge. And the seas really opened up for them. Here's Burgess playing it. Foran bypasses Mateo, gives it to Stewart. Comes to Matai, and he's able to hang on to it somehow. He was trying to pass it to Tafua. Got a caught there between the legs of Anthony Don. They'll catch them out down the short side. Well, they have gone to sleep, the Titans there. Roberts was posted on his own, and Tafua adds to his impressive tally of recent times.
Great awareness there from Brett Stewart in a dummy half. He knew exactly what was out on the left, and that's George Tafua, a man that can be almost impossible to stop that close to the line. A number advantage they had down that short side. Clever passing between Stewart, Jamie Lyon and Tom Simons. Then Horro showed some desperation there to get back on the ball. And Stewart, facing the open, just goes short, one-on-one. Tafua v. Roberts. It's a mismatch in terms of weight and strength. And as easy as that, Manly score their second try.
The threat of the speed of Stewart. You can see Roberts has had to go in towards the dummy half and opened up enough space for Tafua to be able to beat James Roberts there. And 8-0 in a set that really wasn't going anywhere for the first 3 or 4 tackles. They made that headway down the right-hand side. Maybe a little bit of luck there on the 6 again call, but you make your own luck, and they made the most of it in that left-hand corner. And Jamie Lyon, who missed off the try scored by Tom Travojevic in the 11th minute, gets a chance to make this a double-figure lead. Win number 6, Manly, as they come here tonight. It goes away to the right-hand side. A couple of difficult attempts early on for Jamie Lyon, but 8-0. That was pretty clever, the way they moved down the field, Kevy.
Yeah, it certainly was, and they don't call Brett Stewart the snake for nothing. Clever little play down that short side, just caught them napping there, the Titans. The Titans have been a bit unfortunate, I think. They just haven't had any decent field position to mount some pressure with their attack, and they've just got to hang on a bit with their defence, because Manly, as we know, they love scoring points. I mean, they haven't scored many this year, but they're a team chock full of champion players who can get the ball over the line.
They've had such a disrupted season with injuries, the Seagulls. As we said pre-game, the 3rd time that Brett Stewart, Jamie Lyon, Steve Maddai, and the halves, Foran and Cherry Evans, on the same side together. Here's Mateo. Playing it for Ballard. Jaden Hodges on the bench tonight. We'll wait and see how long before Jeff Tooby injects him into the game as Burgess goes to the line. Foran, nice hands right there. Simons ended up with it, but a good tackle made. Ryan James across to Horror. Speed can really worry defensive lines. 12 or so metres right there. Cherry Evans puts it in the air. Mead standing underneath it. The catch and bring it back, and they'll have it just outside their own 10, but Manly controlling the tempo and field position off the back of points.
Yeah, not a bad reply after a try. Put down and almost forced the Titans inside their 10 with the Cherry Evans kick. Anthony Don assist the forwards, bringing it out of their own end.
Change again for Neil Henry, and Beau Falloon is out there making his first appearance since round 8. A long-term wrist injury he suffered in a training mishap. He's back tonight. Hoffman putting it up. It's across to Fool once again. Fancy their chances against George as opposed to the leaping Tom Travojevic. He's getting quite a workout over there, but off the back of a hat-trick last week, he has a try here tonight. Nada. Tom Travojevic. He was prolific coming through the lower grades, wasn't he, Travojevic, as far as try scoring. Grabbed a double on debut. Gets Canberra back in round 5. And now Cherry Evans taken into touch. To the dismay of the locals in the grandstands, it's Manly who get a penalty.
It's not moving. Not now. Luke, let go of the ball. Not now. It's not a stoppage.
Number 1 getting some advice.
Here we go. Luke, it's not a stoppage.
Perhaps the expensive seats.
Yeah, there he is. Throws the dummy, and Kevin Gordon and Nene McDonald hold him up, get him on the ground, and the referees have called that the tackle was well and truly done before they got him across the sideline.
Let's go, guys.
Josh Starling gets this set underway. Hodges is out there now. Half-hour mark. Wait and see how long it is before Matt Ballon returns in the second half. 4 into the line. Horro! Almost away from Mortimer. Good tackle made by the halfback. Hodges, first man play there for Burgess, who wore a real shot for his trouble there from Luke Douglas. Play on's the call. Hodges are up quickly here on Foran. Dave Taylor, as though he jumped the gun. Call from Henry Perenara. Foran will play it a couple of metres away on the last. Cherry Evans to the short side. Lyon back on the inside for If he got it down, it's Manly's third four-pointer.
Tackle 6. Over try. Just review that grounding for us, please, mate.
Well, there's no doubt he crashed his way into the in-goal area. It's just whether he's able to push the ball out of his grasp onto the ground. The inside ball from Jamie Lyon. We covered that in the pre-game. You don't often see Stewart on the inside as tight as that. Hoffman across to make the tackle. Let's see, there's a foot there. The on-field referee has said try. I don't think we're going to get a view from that angle. This one, well, he's still got his hands on the ball, so as long as it touches the grass somewhere, I think that'd be enough.
Would have thought so. I think there was enough suggestion. The foot or just thereabouts, a part of the ball was on the ground, and he had the best look of all. Henry Perinara, confirmation from our video referees, and that was pretty soft, it has to be said, from the Titans. On the last little right down the short side, they had plenty of numbers there to concede a try in that situation. Shows you why they have struggled so badly defensively this year.
Yeah, Cherry Evans, just a quick borderline. He didn't want to take it too far himself. Give Jamie Lyon time to hit Stewart back on the inside. Josh Hoffman made decent contact from the inside, but Kevin Gordon just wasn't able to assist him enough to keep Stewart in the air. It's 11 tries this year. We spoke about his try-scoring record. That's his third try away from home. Brookvale Oval, we know he's a specialist, but thin pickings away from there this season. That is try number 3 away from Brookie.
Jamie Lyon, an easier attempt this time around. No mistake, right over the black dot. He makes it 14 points to 0. 10 tries now in 9 games against the Titans, Kevy, for Brett Stewart.
Yeah, what a player he has. And, of course, that right edge of Manly, we've seen it so often over time, just come up with points. And Stewart did really well. He had a lot of work to do in the tackle to get the ball over the line. So do you expect to see a bit more of that, even though there's not much time left in this first half, but more down that right edge for Manly.
Was there an update on Steve Maddow? You know how just from time to time Steve can find an injury here or there. He jarred 2 of his fingers earlier in a tackle, but it's not just Steve that gets injured. His boot has suffered an injury. It's split at the bottom, so he's been playing with pretty much half a boot for the last 10 minutes.
Sort of player he is. Righty. He's had a few niggles and complaints over the year. There's a physiotherapist on the northern beaches who has several holiday homes in Bermuda, just from Steve's patronage alone.
He works that body out, there's no doubt.
Tom Simons, and tackled there by Beau Falloon. He came down okay as Hodges, the dummy half, goes across the forum. Here is Stewart, space for the Prince of Brookvale. He might go all the way himself. He'll give it to Tafua. George is in. They're running rampage on the Gold Coast, these Sea Eagles.
Right. Just confirm that grounding, please, mate.
Well, it is like a Swiss clock, isn't it? That left side of Manly. It is so precise. Everyone knows exactly where they're running. They've mixed it up a little bit. And Kieran Foran has hit the lead runner a number of times tonight. Just make sure that Tafua gets the ball down, and there's no doubt about it. Does a good job to control it, despite the shot from David Mead. And Brett Stewart just gives himself plenty of room to use that speed. Back to back, they've quickly blown this scoreline out. 18 with a kick to come, and just watch Kieran Foran just out the back. And that was the speed to get on the inside of James Roberts and beat Daniel Mortimer. And then he had a number of options supporting him. One of those was Kieran Foran on the inside. And he went for George Tafua after Anthony Don had come infield to take Brett Stewart. He knew that he'd an unmarked winger. It's brilliant. It happens so regularly. Hat trick last week for Tafua. Two of them fed by Brett Stewart. George has grabbed 2 tonight. again, both off Brett Stewart.
He's in a rich vein of form suddenly, isn't he, after going 3 games without scoring. It's kind of exciting with this return to form, unsurprisingly for Manly, as they get something like their best lineup back on deck. Lyon from out wide again, a bit of draw on this one. He loves a bit of golf action. He'll be watching the Open on Thursday night. Kev, 20 points to 0 suddenly.
Yeah, looking a bit ominous there for the Titans. The Manly machine just clicked into gear there. We've seen Stewart involved in every try. A bit unselfish there from his well to tip the ball onto his wingman to get him over the line. How powerful is this bloke? How'd you be in front of him?
Good luck.
Stay behind.
Shown that, of course, the NRL with Manly. Powerful left winger and getting some chances to show that again here tonight. Here's the man who helped create it, Stewart. Fancy had he just gone to the line, the last line of defence, and put a step on him and scored himself. He was taking no chances with it. Saloon passage for Tafua. Under the corner once again. Scored 3 tries now in the last 8 minutes of game time. 4-0 to 20 points to 0. Stewart quite get the timing right there on the inside ball from Tom Simons. And let off here for the Gold Coast. They need something to go their way at the moment.
Well, that's the play they tried earlier, and just that the timing's been off on the Stewart play down the middle of the field.
There's Miles being dumped onto his back. He's lost the ball as well. It was a tackle by Luke Burgess underneath.
Take this one. He's trying to offload.
The
First Manly.
knock on here by
First
Manly.
He's tried to pass.
Bloody Mateo it was. His hands thereabouts. It's a fortunate call for the Gold Coast.
A good strong tackle from Luke Burgess.
Stand up.
Just got underneath Miles and really drilled him. Mateo just got a touch as the ball fell free from 8 Miles' hands.
Let's go.
3.5 minutes left in this first half, and the Titans would be desperate to take some points into the break.
Get a chance here with 3.5 remaining. It's Donald to play it. Eventually, he'll get a penalty.
Yeah, no, he's in front. Whoa. No.
Well, he made the coil. He said to Cherry Evans, leave him alone, and he just couldn't help himself.
Now a ball straight to Hodges. Nate Miles. Well, they got a bit lucky on the previous call, which went their way, and they got the scrum feed, but that one straight to Jaden Hodges.
Well, that was horrible. That was horrible.
Might have been thinking ahead to 2016 when he will be a Sea Eagle. Well, gives Manly a chance here. Good field position to start this set of 6. Cherry Evans comes across to Simons. Looking for try number 5, and now Simons.
Tackle 4, Tom Simons.
The ground here, clutching at his head. He gets some attention. It'll give the video referees tonight, Ashley Klein and Steve Folkes, a chance to take a look at it.
Yeah, I think it was just an accidental knee from, I think, Ryan James. Didn't see the knee come in there, but I might see it here. Bang. That's what it was.
He's trying to get down to wrap up Simons. Just to be okay. Jamie Lang asking the referee, assistant referee Gavin Reynolds, is there going to be any advice from the video refs about the contact? You would think, given the nature of the attention here for Tom Simons, he'll be taken for a concussion test.
Tackle 4 there. So just wait for Henry. He'll tell you when. Just use your foot when you play it. Marcus, stay square.
Hold here. Hold. Hey, mate. Come on. Bow.
They're happy the contact was accidental. Simons got attention. And Don Sims, the Manly trainer, will stay on the field. Here's Hodges. Foreign. Kicking for Stewart. to David Mead on the full. They'll be able to wrap him up on his own 10-metre line once again. They've done a fair bit of this in this first half. The Titans from their own end, they work it away through Gordon. They need to get through this set without a mistake, with just on 2 minutes remaining. Nane McDonald, we haven't seen Roberts, his speed be a factor in this first half. They'll need a lot to go their way here. He is trying to use it now from dummy half. Oh, he's put it down. They forced an error at their own end. It's been the backs who've been doing most of the work from their own end. Well, that came unstuck right there, and now Matai with it for Manly. This could be a big scoreline if they can score right here. He's slowly back to his feet. Problem with that left arm or left shoulder maybe as he got back to his feet right there. They're 10 metres out. Hodges at dummy half, comes to Fora, showing it back on the inside for Horrow, coming through. Well, he went in behind Tom Simon, so it has to be what we used to call a shepherd, now referred to as an obstruction. Titans get us back underway here on Toyota Monday Night Football. The kickoff down to Stewart.
Strong one.
Josh Starling.
Right, release him there and get square.
First carry to play just outside his own 10. Hodges. Away to Luke Burgess.
Right out now, Dave.
Let's get 3 in the tackle. They'll need to be a lot better defensively, especially inside their own 20. And dominated in that area. The most of 16 plays inside the Gold Coast red zone. There is the 7 of them that the Titans made. They paid a price for those. Here's Simons fending away from the defence and going inside the 40. It's a big set of 6 for Manly to open up this second half. Hodges waiting. Goes to 4 under pressure there from Taylor. David Taylor coming out, putting a shot on Kieran Foran from marker, but got the kick in time. The contact was okay. The Gold Coast will have the scrum feed at their own 10.
Yeah, not a bad way to start the second half. A reasonable set with the ball and made some metres, and then Kieran Foran just puts it out and just puts a lull over the game. Titans need to get themselves up again to start.
Tight. Wait, you hear out, just wait there. Right, head in.
They win the scrum. Unfortunately for them, some of the errors they made, especially early in the game, came inside their own 20. They need to work it away here without issue as Roberts comes across. He was one of the players who made an error inside their own half in that first 40. Falloon goes to James. Will work it up towards the 40-metre line at the Gold Coast end. Falloon again. Lachlan Burr putting a nice carry together there to bring it back almost to the halfway line. Miles back into Manly territory, ends up on his elbows and knees as well, and as a result, there'll be no pressure here on Mortimer. It's a good kick. Stewart is there. Taylor was coming towards him. Stewart was able to make the catch and turn away from the behemoth himself.
Well, Ignatius Parsi was called offside and called to stay the 10. He led the chase, but overstepped the mark with a kick from Daniel Mortimer. There's Stewart in the replay box, taking it and then turning for the impact of Taylor.
Jerry Evans, who's, I guess, slowly subsiding with every touch. And the perfect answer in the first half, playing his part in the 20 points to 0 lead and making light of the situation with our own Kevy Walters as he went back to the sheds after the break. A bit of by-play between the two Queenslanders. Have to be happy about it in this part of the world at the moment, don't they?
I love being up for an origin.
And Nate Miles, a nice piece of juggling right there. Everybody you run into this afternoon, how chilly it is. It was game time, it was 14.5 degrees. With the wind chill, though, it was only 14.3. Wearing ski jackets and beanies as they came into Seabus Super Stadium. Miles. Work it inside the 40. pass play here for the Titans. It goes back to Hoffman. Left boot on it. Stewart standing underneath it again, and then Tafua and Foran assume the position. Turn their backs on the chasers coming through, and we're blocking there for Brett Stewart. Now the two-try man, George Tafua. 3 last week, a double in the first half. Making it with a few more, gets a bit of work there from Anthony Don, who won't be too happy with his opponent tonight. Has got 2 tries on him already. Steve Maddai had those issues with the boot. He took the boot in there after playing the ball. Bat on for the moment. Some new shoes, and he goes back to the blacksmith after the game. Here is Lyon getting on the outside of McDonald and burning him. Foran comes up in support. Stewart was there. Foran won't need him.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Manly do pick up from where they left off. Try in the opening 5 minutes of this second half. If the Titans can't muscle up, they might be looking at a half-century.
Well, we made mention of it during the first half, and even at half-time, when you get players like Cherry Evans and Foran and Jamie Lyon, who's still got plenty of speed, gets away from Nene McDonald, along with Brett Stewart on the field at the same time, which has been a rare thing for Manly this year. You get this sort of thing happening. They are absolutely brilliant. The in and away from Lyon was too good for McDonald. Threw a good and a bullet pass to Kieran Foran as he was falling, Jamie Lyon. He really steadied himself to throw the pass and hit Foran, who stepped back on the inside and then was able to carry Gordon into the in goal. The starting front rowers, Willie Mason and Jake Travojevic, along with Matt Ballin, celebrate. Try that didn't take too long in the coming, did it? 5 minutes into the second half.
That was really turning back the clock for Jamie Lyon, who has the kicking duties again tonight. Manly have used 7, no less, goal kickers in 2015. We're pretty happy that Jamie Lyon is back for any push they may be able to make towards the top 8. They're certainly on track for 2 premiership points and then some here tonight. 26-0 scoreline after 46 minutes, Kev.
Yeah, the point I made to Neil Henry was that Manly have scored the fewest amount of points, 102 exactly, of any club this season in the second half. But just looking at that little play they put on there, there could be a few more points on their way against the Titans tonight.
Well, they are short-staffed here. The Titans have so many players still on the sideline for a variety of reasons. Greg Bird will return from a long suspension next round. With him back and quite a few others as well. Try and stiffen up this defensive line between here and full-time as well, otherwise they risk being embarrassed on their own turf. As Simons plays it inside the 40, Hodges scampering out of dummy half. And look at the meters they're making here. That's 4 plays just outside the Titans 40. Cherry Evans goes to Burgess. Here's Foran. Good tackle there. The bookends, they really are the bookends. Miles and Taylor.
He plays tough, Kieran Foran, but the pass out the back was definitely on. Marked up on Foran and put a good shot on him. Cherry Evans will have to deal with David Mead.
Almost forced the ball away from David Mead. There's Manly's last 10 sets of 6 either side of half-time, and just the 2 errors in it, but 3 tries in their last 10 sets.
Pretty good control as McDonald's through.
He comes towards Stewart, who's backing away from him. Anthony Don loomed up in support. Finally, something for the Gold Coast fans to cheer about. He fell to ground once again. Some attention there from Tom Travojevic. It's play on for the moment. Lachlan Burr has it. About 5 metres out from the Manly line. Falloon goes to Mortimer. He grubbers to third, good hand. A little grubbering kick in behind the line. Manly hang on off the back of the bust by Nene McDonald.
Well, had a great opportunity to force a repeat set there. Daniel Mortimer did the hard work. He threw a dummy and got a gap between the Manly defenders, but just couldn't get the ball into the in-goal area. but that's the Titans' first line break of the night. It was quite a run from Nene McDonald. You'll see it in the replay box there in between Jaden Hodges and Jamie Lyon. Stewart backpedaling and Travojevic cleans things up.
Here is Lyon going down the short side, trying to banana one across the touchline. Mead is there to intercept it, and then comes back towards the middle. He was looking at Anthony Don, but Anthony Don was saying, please don't pass it to me, because Steve Matai was right there looking for another bell ringer to add to his tally. After David Tyrrell still be feeling his ribs, wouldn't he, Dave Tyrrell?
He just turned his back then on David Mead.
Here is Kieran Foran on his 25th birthday, making a great tackle on James Roberts. That shut him down tonight. Hoffman, Mead, goes across to McDonald, in and away, trying to put off Jamie Lyon in defence right there, but with some help from Cherry Evans. Just outside the 20. Here's Mortimer. Goes to Miles. Puts the head down and tries to work it towards the 10. Stopped by Burgess. Also Horrow. Mortimer puts it in the air. Some pressure here on Stewart, who found himself out there on the left wing. Little switcheroo. He makes a good catch in the in-goal area. No troubles there defusing that one. And they'll work it back to their own 20.
Yeah, Brett Stewart stood his ground. Anthony Don collided there with Steve Matai. He couldn't get anywhere near the football, and Manly a 0 tackle count.
So Fua getting some work on the ground from David Taylor. That's the way to Horrow. A couple wide from the ruck. That was a nice ball. Penalty off the back of it.
That was a beautiful ball from Jaden Hodges to Justin Horrow.
Yeah, if you want.
And Horrow just
I'll come through front.
put a bit of footwork on and almost got himself through and got the arms free. With some support, but Manly will get a penalty and will put them back on the attack.
Hodges' pass was important because they're up against the sideline, and the Titans, off the slow play the ball, were looking for a real shot to jam in. Somebody went one out, but just going past the first man to Horrow, found some space back towards the middle of the field, and poking his nose through the line, he drew the penalty. Nate Miles rolling around, clutching at a hand or a thumb. Looks to have been a real bit of bother at the moment. It's Manly on the attack. Hodges goes to Simons. Here's Cherry Evans. Stewart back through the middle. Mateo out the back. Stewart couldn't pick it up. Roberts could. Just Matai forcing him to step. Came back into the clutches there of Willie Mason.
That's 3 times they've tried that play. Back down the centre to Brett Stewart. It worked better up until Stewart, but then Feletti Mateo's pass, well, it was always going to be tough to handle. Just threw it back at his support.
There'll be a change. Nate Miles coming up with that injury. Daniel Petterou is going to get a chance. His first crack at the NRL with the Gold Coast Titans after being a signing at the 11th hour, the June 30 deadline. Titans made that call after losing Mark Ioane, letting him go to the Dragons. The Dragons added their forward depth, and they did a little bit themselves when they go across the ditch. Come up with Nathaniel Petterou. Trying to get a report on Nate Miles. In some trouble as well. He coiled back after making a tackle. Whether it's a dislocated finger or an issue with the thumb, but it really was causing him some discomfort. Matt Ballon is back out there now, working things from dummy half for Jeff Tuvey as Mateo goes across the 30-metre line. And it's Cherry Evans just outside the 30. It's a good strike. He really does have a great right boot, doesn't he?
Oh, that's a terrific kick from Cherry Evans. He keeps it low. Gordon brings it back strongly, but Cherry Evans can put that 60 metres, and it barely gets over 10 foot high. So no chance really to catch it on the full. Terrific clearing kick.
Falloon getting it to Morton. It's back to Luke Douglas, the Iron Man himself. Now Burr comes to Pettigrew, who clever first touch out the back. And Falloon keeps it going. A little touch there from Mead. Back to Burr. Over the top, and they've given it straight to Manly. Not for the first time tonight in that fashion.
Well, he was on the ground, Matt Ballin, and was just getting up when the ball came at him from Lachlan Burr. And they have turned over some possession, haven't they, when they've been in tackles and looked for the offload.
Their 8th error for the game has them under pressure again as Ballin works it back towards the 20. 54 minutes gone, 26 points to nil. The birthday boy, Florin, giving it to Simon. It's almost away from Falloon. Taylor came late as he went to the turf. Got one more play. Florin at the line, Grubbering kicking it straight to Daniel Mortimer. Was coming in, I think, to make a tackle initially. Ended up with the ball, and here is Mead. He's got still plenty of speed. Jamie Lyon, though, came across the field and had his number. Good cover defence there from the right centre as Roberts goes back to McDonald. So they search for some extra numbers out there on that left-hand side. Can't create anything right there, but McDonald will play it. Back in Manly territory. Pettigrew. Roberts a dummy half. It goes from Burr to Mortimer. Towards the corner. Some pressure here on Tafua, who has to play at it. Gets away from Don and keeps it in the field of play.
That was a clever kick from Daniel Mortimer. Anthony Don on his own, though. It was always going to be hard to keep George Tafua in goal.
Coming up looking for a shot there. Ryan James on Tom Travojevic as Horrow around the chin or maybe the neck region. Called as such by the referee. Matt Ballin has some kicking from dummy half, and he finds some space as well on the tackle early, and as a result David Mead picks it up in his own 20, and Ballin is there to make the tackle. Heads up piece of play by the Manly hooker. There is Nate Miles. He's on the bench. That's a good sign at least that the hand injury forced him from the field isn't too serious.
It might have been a dislocation or something like that. Able to fix things up in the sheds, getting back out there. They're in a bunch, the Gold Coast. There's not much formation about them. Dave Taylor out here on his own.
It's Falloon. Pettyborn, who's back out there. Good tackle by Matt Ballin. 25 now in the game. The Manly hooker, Mortimer, puts it up. Tom Travojevic seeing some action under the high ball for the first time in the game. Ryan James puts a kick in and forces Brett Stewart to flick it out of play. It'll be a goal line dropout. The ball going out, touch in goal.
Well, good result there for the Gold Coast. The kick from Daniel Mortimer again probably didn't have the depth on it that he wanted. We're forcing the Gold Coast to make another 5 or 6 metres to get to the try line. Gordon out to Ryan James. He just copped one from Jamie Lyon as he put that ball in. It was a clever kick from the big second rower. Just holds Travojevic off long enough to get the kick in, and there's Stewart cleaning it up over the touching goal line.
What's that, mate?
Ryan James is okay to continue, perhaps not too happy about the contact from Jamie Lyon, but the referees are okay with it for the goal line dropout. Andy, a word on Nate Miles.
Yeah, Nate Miles has a history of thumb issues, both left and right. Thought his right thumb was bent completely back. Okay, a little bit more strapping, back on the bench, and the big fella's ready to go.
They bred him tough on these parts. Seeing him back in action before this one is out, no doubt, as Pettigrew plays it quickly here for Falloon. They call him out at marker, and Pettyborn. Front on tackle there by Horrow. Jake Travojevic is back out there now, also involved in the tackle. Douglas goes to Horrow again. Playing just inside the Manly 20. Chance here for their first points. David Taylor almost through the gap. Great tackle by Foran. The ball came back to Beau Falloon. He's only a couple of metres out. He plays it here in the Mason tackle.
Well, Willie squashed him. Willie just landed on him.
That's what Beau's saying. Willie a little more gentle next time. Willie. Here's Hoffman showing it. Cherry Evans there to make the tackle on him. And the Gold Coast have one more. James at dummy half. Some pressure here from Horrow on Mortimer. He gets away from him. Puts a kick across the field. Don taps it back. Roberts trying to catch it and pass it. Knocked it on in doing so. And Manly will get it on the changeover.
Well, Josh Hoffman looked like he was going to score when they shifted it left. He just got his legs tangled up with Daly Cherry Evans. Don does a good job to whack back the ball back in. But there was plenty of Manly cover defence, plenty of scramble there arriving just to make sure James Roberts wasn't going to get a clean run at the line.
Let's go, Eddie. Come on. Hold! Hold!
Ballon through Cherry Evans as Manly work it away from their own end. Complete command of this game. And Mason, a good carry. A shift away from the play of the ball, open something up. We go wide again as Simons almost through the middle there. He beat James, not Falloon though. He's getting some attention. Looks like he might be about to come back on. Cherry Evans gets tackled here. Petteroo who made it on him, and now Stewart going to the line. Play 5. Up there by Ryan James and also Douglas. They've got one more from just outside the Titans 30. Foran putting it up. What a great kick. To Vojovic. Leave it for Kevin Gordon. That was an interesting tactic. And then Gordon lost the ball.
Wait, Mark's here.
So it was ripped away 2 in the tackle.
It looked like he bounced out of one Manly tackle, but if the second tackler is close, they just pulled it out as the cavalry arrived. Split second decision, that's, you can understand that.
See what the Titans can muster off the back of it. McDonald. And eventually here, Falloon goes to Douglas. Vojovic, good front on tackle.
They haven't looked like they've been able to muster much yet. There's a distinct lack of organisation and formation about the Titans tonight.
With like Kane Elgey back, it really did open some eyes, getting a chance earlier in the season. Mortimer, good job filling in. Elgey shown that he really can create something for them in situations like this. It's Mortimer for the moment, though, giving it to Hoffman. Holds it up. Good tackle by Lyon on McDonald. What a game he's having, Jamie Lyon. Mortimer lost it backwards. Douglas to Falloon. They'll come wider still. Now lead. He'll rubber. Tafua wanting it to go dead, and it will.
Goal line drop out. Goal line drop out. You caught the ball, it needs to bounce.
The ball,
goal line drop out.
The ball was dead over the dead ball line, but it was up in the air. So the ball isn't dead until it hits the ground after the dead ball line.
It needs to hit the ground.
Watch George Tafua leaves from the in-goal area, catches the ball before it actually hits the ground.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. He's caught the ball. He needs to let the ball bounce, which is why it's a goal line drop.
I'm sure
he can be in the grandstand.
An incident like this against the, up at Suncorp Stadium at some earlier stage this year.
Yes, there was. Jamie Lyon coming in to ask the question.
Punch, we're going to finish with one
You've
ref,
got both feet beyond the dead ball line. You should be able to touch it. Yeah, it's an anomaly brought about by the old tactic of straddling the dead ball line and shoveling the ball out of play, which was construed to be taken dead or ball made dead by the kicker as opposed to the man touching the ball.
Yep.
Which is the same rule you have for the sideline, of course. Kick off or a play or a kick on the full, you can put a foot outside the line or on the line and touch the ball, and it's construed to be out by the kicker. There's a man playing at the ball, but it's a different situation on the dead ball line, and perhaps
we need to change it.
Yes.
Yeah, once your feet are down outside the field of play, which includes the in-goal area, that's it.
Petteroo The bonus set here for the Gold Coast. They are 10 metres out in front of the uprights. It goes to Mortimer. Taylor scouting wide. Goes back to Roberts, though, to see him get a chance to show what he can do. But he's been very good defensively on him tonight. Quick play the ball on the tackle there of Horro. Falloon to Pettyborn, back down Main Street. Nothing doing there in Travojevic, and Mason's tackle. Falloon comes back to Mortimer. Douglas, I'm sure, thought he was running the decoy and the first man option, but got the ball.
James Roberts isn't there when he really needed to be. He's running plays back down the inside.
And then Daniel Mortimer comes up with a Joe Montana ball for Ryan James.
Now in the pre-game, we showed James Roberts just how dangerous he can be when he's given a bit of space. Now, all James Roberts' plays tonight have been him cutting back on the inside. There's the forward pass from Daniel Mortimer. It has been lacking around the ruck tonight for them. But James Roberts hasn't been given a clean pass out here on the right-hand side. He's a right-hand centre tonight. Not once. And that was a perfect time to do it.
You showed at the pre-game show, the big screen, how his speed getting to the outside of his opponent.
If you can create he only needs 5 metres. A 5 metre gap between him and the defence, well, there's trouble for the defence.
Trouble here for the Titans. Stewart's ball goes to ground. There's a touch there, though, by David Taylor. That's how the referees will rule it. It'll be Manly who hang on to possession. It was building once again, though, on this left-hand side with Stewart and Foran scheming. Foran back on the inside, and there was Taylor just coming through as the ball was headed toward Justin Horro,
who's been dangerous since he's been on the field. Justin Horro, actually both back rows tonight. Tom Simons and Justin Horro.
James couldn't get a game at the start of the season. Justin Horro really had to work to get his chance. Been a fixture for the last 10 games. Game number 11 in his season tonight. It's 4 and feeds. Ballon off the back of the scrum. Goes to Matter. Away from Mortimer, but found the shoulder, though, of Luke Douglas. Play it for Ballon. Here's Mason. Jake Travojevic carrying both Falloon and Petteroo. The late inclusions for Neil Henry with him. Cherry Evans taking it there to Pettyborn. They're just about out of booze, the crowd. They've given it up tonight, given the scoreline is what it is. Mason heads towards Douglas. There'll be no picking Willie up in that situation. They're just inside the 20. Here's Mateo showing it once, giving it to Stewart. That was a lovely ball. There were 2 in the tackle there, and it's ruled as such.
Well, different sort of play. Philip Mateo this time doing the ball playing. He is very clever. Good on his feet for a big man and can pass when it needs to be. Cameraman lost sight of it. Stewart ran headlong into David Mead. Tubes appealing for the penalty. He did get it, Jeff.
Should be a statue with Jeff in that position out the front of Brookvale Oval. It might be a parting gift, as it turns out.
Pleading.
Trent Barrett, rumoured and locked in to be taking over in 2016. We'll wait and see what happens. I think Jeff might find himself as the Australian coach, the way things are panning out. Jake Travojevic to play it underneath the uprights. Mason getting across the line. He'll claim one, whether he got there or not. And he has got there. Henry Perenara doesn't need confirmation. Willie Mason crashes across the line. He breaks his duck as a Sea Eagle. He's got a bit to say about it. No surprise as well.
Well, it's taken a bit of time. The first try in the second half came 5 minutes into it, and then Willie runs into Beau Falloon. He's able to get over the top of him, and that really didn't give Dave Taylor or Petteroo a chance to make a play on him. He got the ball down pretty quickly as well. The veteran, he wants to go around again. I don't know whether it'll be in Manly colours or not. He said he's As keen as ever, still loving the game.
Well, as we saw during Origin, the number on your birth certificate is just that. It's a number, isn't it? He's in his mid-30s already, Willie, but if he can do a job for somebody, he'll get a job. On behind the uprights, Jamie Lyon makes it 32 points to nil, and what has turned out to be a rather one-sided affair, Kev.
Yeah, it has been a little bit one-sided, but back on Willie Mason, he's really enjoying himself out there tonight. Even his carries and his work rate's been good. Good mix in his game, some good tough runs, and then some short passes as well from the big fella. He's got it all tonight.
See what they've got left in the last
Stay behind.
So minutes here. The Manly fans have made their way up to the Gold Coast, maybe a couple of days, thinking it might be nice and warm and sunny. Certainly sunny today. Clear skies. A little cool by Gold Coast standards. Lingy Sauer's back out there, and there's a real shot for his trouble. And then Travojevic got one around the shoulders, or maybe a little bit beyond from Petterou to play on. Here's Mateo. Doing some stepping. It's a lovely ball for Brett Stewart. The lead up to that try scored by Willie Mason. For letting Mateo, the skillful big man he is. Here's Matai. Almost back at the halfway line. Ballon to Jake Travojevic, Cherry Evans, and Simons. Some good meters here for the Sea Eagles. Off the back of the points. Ballon goes to Cherry Evans. I'll kick down the short side. Force Mead to pick it up at his own goal line. Chase is a good one. You almost never see a poor chase these days. The teams are so well drilled. And the Titans back in familiar territory, working it away from their own ends. Manly 56% of possession. And their completion rate 33 of 38 as well.
Yeah, it's been a quality performance. There's no doubt about it. Some expected it with the Manly side coming off a confident win against the Sharks in their last start. Having all their stars, all their backline stars on board. Huge challenge presented to the Titans.
The bomb goes up for Stewart. Underneath it, makes the catch there. Some attention from James Roberts. 2 points there for and against if they're to make any sort of charge towards the finals. Boy, they have some big games coming up in the next month.
They got 5 of 8 remaining after tonight at Brookvale Oval, but those games are against the best teams in the competition. The Cowboys, the Broncos, I think the Roosters, the Bunnies are in the mix, all at Brookie over the next couple of months.
There are 3 of the top 4 the next 3 weeks. They've got the Cowboys, the Warriors, and the league-leading Brisbane Broncos in order, followed by the Rabbitohs, who are currently 7th. So it's Murderers Row. They're in form, though. Matai pops a ball over the top. It was 3 or 4 metres forward if it wasn't touched by a Titan, but it looked to be a long way forward.
I have a try. Can you check for that challenge back there, please, mate?
Well, we're going to check what happened with Steve Matai, but the ball just looked like it came forward. It was another brilliant pass from Felipe Mateo. Flicked back on the inside to a rampaging Steve Matai. Just watch this. Oh, yeah. That's a terrific ball from Mateo. Matai in space. Plenty of Titans there. Well, was it punched out? How did it come out of his hand?
That's the only way it could have been play on, because the ball was projected, propelled forward a long way. From the high on angle here and see if there was a punch. Lovely ball by Mateo, drawing a couple of the big men. And then Matai looking for an option. He just lost the ball, didn't he?
I would think so. I would think so. And then it's ricocheted off his legs. But from that back angle there, it looked like the ball had come free after David Mead. You know, it comes off Mead's arms. Matai loses the ball.
It should be just a knock on.
And Mead's arm comes around and knocks it forward, but Matai has lost it.
Take another look at another angle again. Maybe that wrapping tackle. Matai didn't have control of the ball there, and while, as you said, it might have come off the right hand of David Mead as he made the tackle, it wasn't in the classic sense, and there's got to be a knock on.
No, and it wasn't the part, like Matai hadn't passed the ball backwards and then it came off Mead's arms. It was just a lost ball after the contact from Mead.
We'll wait and see what the video referees make of it. They disagree.
Well, the on-field referee said try. Henry Perinara, maybe they thought that there wasn't enough conclusive evidence to overturn the decision. I don't know if that ball, you could say the ball from Matai, when he lost control of the ball,
well, that's
it
your
travelled
that's what your
backwards.
opinion is, but that's what I'm giving you.
So who called that? The video ref?
It doesn't, mate, we've made the decision, Ryan. We're not going to change it. Simple.
I think Ryan James, in one word, might have summed it up. Tom Trbojevic gets his second try of the night. He opened the scoring back in the 11th minute. Jamie Lyon from right in front here. He said at one point if they didn't muscle up earlier in the game, they might put on 50. Well, so still a chance. A couple of tries in the final 7 or so minutes.
As you mentioned earlier about the Eagles' run in the next couple of weeks, Jeff Tuvey is already thinking about the Cowboys next Monday night on Fox Sports. Kieran Foran copped a whack on his left hip, immediately taken from the field. And asked him if he's okay. He said, I'd still be on if it was a 2-point game.
2 points are firmly in their back pocket, and now a penalty for a high shot here on Justin Horrow to give the Seagulls to come down the field a chance again to add to the scoreline. Horrow's okay. Kieran Foran, as we heard, is also okay. Just a precaution by Jeff Tuvey with that huge run in front of them. And, well,
if there is a team that can do it, it's Manly.
That's right. They'll give some cheek.
I know we spoke about their lack of points this year, and it's quite unbelievable that a side, an attacking unit like Manly, are sitting 16th when it comes to scoring points, but that says plenty about the troubles they've had injury-wise.
Cherry Evans across to Jamie Lyon. Inverted try here to give him a crack at the half-century. 20 metres out. Trbojevic, Cherry Evans, Simons. Goes across to Jake Trbojevic, and he'll play it eventually, or really pass it. Well, the pass came just as the call of held. Screened by Henry Perinara, so he gets the chance to continue on from the play. The ball, Mason it is. He's really looking for a second try. 2 plays left in this set. Ballon. Jake Trbojevic putting his body on the line. Tackled though by Pettyborn and also Parsi, who is back out there at the end of the game. Mateo under pressure from Taylor. Stewart grubbers. The kick was too big for George. The right idea was a quick catch and a kick in the one motion. Just put a bit too much weight on it.
Well, they're up in their face. Great ball from Mateo out to Stewart, who did well. It was out in front of him, but it needed to be thrown quickly with the Titans' defence advancing pretty quickly. Split decision to put the ball on the foot. Line breaks. No, it's a whitewash. 49th minute, I think, that was the N.A. McDonald line break. And that's their only one of the 9.
Well, the numbers in every way are one-sided here this evening. Manly still 58% of possession for the game, and 25 tackles. 25 tackles apiece inside the 20s. So the Titans haven't had their chances, but their attack has been well below its best, understandably, with the troops they've got missing. Here's Dave Taylor. Stepping away there from Mateo and giving it to Roberts. Here's a chance. Cut down, though, by the speedster. Stewart got to him. He gets up to go again. He's still going. Grabbed by Trbojevic. Knocked backwards by Mortimer. From Mead, back to the half-back. They're going to say there was a little knock forward.
Wow, he is like a ball of energy, James Roberts. He hit the ground and he bounced up. Just watch as he takes this inside pass. He crashes into two Manly players. One's George Tafua, but that ball of energy just regains its feet and keeps moving those fast twitch fibres. He pops it into Mortimer, who just can't handle it. Over his shoulder, but went forward.
Hold here. Right, head in there, mate.
That was where the knock-on came.
We just haven't seen enough of James Roberts tonight.
We need to see more of James Roberts versus Brett Stewart. The two speedsters we highlighted in the pre-game show. We didn't get that matchup between those two and Shervo.
Well, we haven't seen. This is when you talk about the Gold Coast and what sort of game they've played. I know they've made plenty of errors and that hasn't lent to them being able to apply pressure, but this is the matchup that I was looking for. Maddai trying to get up and close down James Roberts. We just haven't seen Roberts get the ball where Maddai's been put under pressure.
A little glimpse at last passage. What he can do. Here is Cherry Evans chipping for Stewart. Right into the back there of Chad Redmond. Flying through Jake Travojevic. Almost took somebody's head off. Luckily went right over the top. The play was on. Stewart just didn't get the clean run he needed. And McDonald play it here as we tick down to the 2-minute remaining mark. Teddy boy towards Hodges, who's back out there for the final few sets of 6. Travojevic taking him to ground. Could have easily been a penalty, and the frustration of the referee saying just stand up. Not to blow the whistle as Parsi plays it. Mortimer, here's Taylor into a huge gap. Stewart cuts him down. On debut. Nathaniel Petteroo gets across the line. In his first game as a Titan, he picks up their only try of the night.
Well, on debut, Nathaniel Petteroo, and that's pretty clever for a front rower to be backing up at that speed. Dave Taylor through a gap, Fletty Mateo up too far and went past the ball, and then Petteroo from big man to big man. Mortimer held it up nicely. Stewart makes the tackle. Petteroo on debut grabs the Titans only of the night.
Given a chance for Gold Coast to show what he can do at this level, he might just follow the lead of Ignatius Parsi, a Warrior himself who attended Keebra Park High School up here on the Gold Coast and had a roundabout convoluted way to eventually end up back with the Gold Coast Titans.